Hello and welcome to West Green. This is Steve. That sounds so boring, doesn't it? Welcome. This is part 6 of building the Martin Finney corridor tender. This is the chassis, and these are some of my other locos. Looks like Barry's scrapyard, doesn't it? Got to get this little babe going. I tried putting plunger pickups on today. I had all sorts of fun and games. Anyway, enough said. So what I'm starting on is the body, the tender body. Let's get that out of the way. These are the instructions. These are the original Finney instructions. I'll keep that one for a second. Now, okay, following on Martin's instructions, it says to take the two side sheets. This is the inside. It says put the outside sheets together. So I've got two outside sheets and tack solder them together. So I've just done a tack there. There's a tack on the bottom. Yeah, so that's where I tacked it. Then the other thing it says to do is there's a little jig. Let's get myself a pointer. This will do. My pen, my craft knife. So what you do, I've got a jig here. See this piece here? Like that. That's a jig. And it says to tack solder that on the outside. There's these little tabs here, so they go flush with the outside. Now this tab is for two purposes. I'll look at the diagram and I'll show you. This is a diagram. So this is for two purposes. One, the first purpose is for marking the handrail holes. So, which is why you put the two together, so that you do get them both in the right place. So if you look, it says A4 and A3 class. Okay, so if you're building an A3, all you do is you drill that hole, you can discard the jig and also unsolder the side frames. If however you're building an A4, which I'm doing, it's a bit different. You use these holes, they're further back, so you use the bottom hole and either one or two of the top ones, depending on what tender you're building. Certain locos had taller had longer handrails, so you've just got to know your stuff, I suppose. Okay, so if you look here, if I'm doing the A4, so I'll drill out this hole and this hole, which I've done, and then it says to cut out the shaded area. Now these tabs, it doesn't tell you in instructions, but these tabs line up with the edge, so it means this is parallel. I'm assuming that you actually get a, what do I call it, a jeweler's piercing saw, which I've got, and I'm just going to cut around there and I'm going to file it off. Then I can separate these and that's done. There's also then a piece of beading to reinstate, which has got hinges on it. If you look here, this is the A3 tender where you don't cut. You see how the side sheets come round quite noticeably. On the A4 tender, they didn't curve in so much. This is the A4 tender. Figure 13, A4 tender. Notice how these don't curve in as much, whereas these ones, hence why you cut it back. So what I'm going to do now, I've got the two holes. I've got that one and that one. This is soldered, so I'm going to get my jeweler's piercing tool. I'm going to start cutting up there, all the way up there, right there, and then before I take off the jig, I'm just going to get a file and file it flush with the outside of the jig. Then I can put on the where is it? This is the beading. Hang on, I'll show you. Up here I've got the beading. I've got one of them. So that's the beading, and it's also got the hinges on it. So I've cut those. I've cut off the front. I've folded these up. These here are a jig, and they take a 1/4 inch or 6.3mm rod. That's to bend over the top of the tender, but I'll do that later. This is the beading and the handrails, and as you can see, it's been cut very precisely. Thank you. When anyone says, "Oh, Martin did a good job," see, look. So you put it up there and fill that up. You'll never know it was cut off. So you can see this one, I haven't put that on, but the same deal. Anyway, I think I'll call that a night because I'm getting tired. Very tired. Okay, so you can see I've soldered on the beading, which has also got the hinges built into it. So that's what that side done. This side is yet to be done. I'm using a I've got a resistance soldering unit here, so where's the probe? And solder paste. So basically you just put solder paste on, put the part on, press the button, it heats up, take your foot off, let it cool down, take it away. It's very good. So, as they say in Wales, there you have it. There you have it. If you like, it's not over the engine. Anyway, so there's the, I've reinstated it. You can see it's a, it fits so well. Anyway, that's it. So, here's one of the tender sides. These fold out. These are jigs. These get cut off, and what you do is you get some 1/4 inch rod or 6.3mm rod that fits in there, and basically you can see here you put a pin in there. I've just used a couple of drills. The rod sits in that little cradle. The drill fits underneath it. You clamp this in a vise, and with a piece of wood you bend it over. It's really important you keep it clamped tight, and that's the correct radius for there, apparently. That remains to be seen. But here's one I've done. I've actually done one. This is clamped in the vise. There's my pins. There's the rod. And what I did, using a piece of timber. I'll use this piece, but this is longer. I just started bending it over, and when it had bent over, I then went along the top and pressed it down. So that's one I've done. I'm going to take this out and see what it looks like, offer it up to the drawing. So as you can see, I've pulled that out. That's in there, and if I tip it upside down, so you can see it's sort of clamped, it has clamped it. I'm going to pull this out. Let's go outside. Oh, come on. So, I should probably focus on something a bit closer. That's better. So that's pretty good. So this is the scale drawing. Let's put this on. Probably better if I do it that side. Pretty happy with that. This is it, I've got to cut these off. Let's go and do the other one now. So, I've bent the top over a 6.3mm rod, cut off the jig, the little lugs, which was part of a jig, filed it back. I've also bent in the front slightly, like it says. It's a job I don't particularly like doing. Now what I've got to do, the kit comes with this tin beading. If you look at the instructions, it was beading along there, right the way down there, so I've got to put that on. Martin Finney or Finney 7, they provide this tinned copper wire beading, so, and that's going to be tack soldered all the way along. But first it says is to straighten it in a vise, so what I'll do is I'm going to put it in a vise and pull it with a pair of pliers. Now these funny little beasties, these are called Duckbill Pliers. Actually Lindstrom. I think they're Lindstrom. They're old, well, they were used in telephone exchanges, which I used to work in. Using step-by-step exchanges. They were for adjusting spring tension on wiping contacts on relays. You put them in there, then you put a bend in them. And they're very good. They're probably 60, 70 years old, maybe more. You can see I've got it pretty straight, so just using these. Let's go from the top. Bingo, done it. So, it's been a big job. I bent over the top. I've filed off the little jig lugs which come with it. They're all gone. I put the hinge on, which is part of a beading on the inside. I had to file all that back. The other thing I had to do is I've done one side. See, that's one which I haven't done, but I'll put, oh sorry, come on. There's beading goes on the outside. This is the side I've just done. I'll just put all that beading on. Using, it comes in the kit. It's tin copper, it's like a flat. It's flat and it's tin, so I've had to straighten it. Tack solder it in a few places. I used a resistance soldering iron, RSU. That makes it easier to just go along, and then you can get a lot of heat into it. Plenty of flux, loads of cleaning up. It's taken me an age to do, but I've done it. And so I'm now going to finish the other side and then move on. These are the instructions. Well, I was going to say, this is a Martin Finney kit. You can see, oh, it's upside down, Martin Finney. And that comes with a set of paper instructions. But since Martin Finney gave the game away, and the kits are now manufactured by Finney 7, well, you can actually go to their website and download the instructions, which I've done. So I've not only have I got the original, I've got these, and of course these have got photographs on it. I'll show you. So you can see they've got photos. I've got them as a PDF. You can also search for things in the PDF, but PDF's a bit hard to read. So, and this the corridor tender, it's for an A4 and an A3, and there's a few differences. This is an A3. There's the A4. You can see how it's got more streamlined. This is higher up at the front. The big difference too is the front. Where the returns at the front on the A3, they turn around almost like 90 degrees. These don't turn around much at all. Hang on. Let's go there. There's only a slight turn on them. Anyway, I'll put the link to Finney 7 down the bottom. Why? Because I just think I should. If you're interested, I can point you in the right direction. Anyway, I think that's it for this part. I'm going to get on. I'm going to finish this other side, and then I'll see what I'm going to do for the next part. Please, if you like, give us a like, a comment. Tell me if I'm doing a good job of explaining things. I'm always trying to improve. And subscribe. I'd really like if you'd subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you'll get all the updates. Anyway, thanks for watching.